Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and before I get into it, I got some programming alerts. I had to re-record this because I got my dates wrong at the end of this episode. If you're watching this, Kim's episode with Dustin and Shota is currently out. Go give it a listen. Dustin reveals all of the tour dates for the 2026 season, including different ball types and a bunch of different changes that USA Dodgeball has made. I will be doing a React episode with Bo, and I don't know who yet, but I will be doing it Monday night and uploading it Tuesday. And now to move on to today's episode. On this episode, I recorded Tuesday night. I'm currently recording this on Wednesday, and I will be uploading it on Thursday. But to get into it, we had the fellas on. We had Matt, we had Morgan, and we had Jackson. We did a draft, and the draft topic was Thanksgiving dishes. We moved into recapping the semi-pro season and all the teams, and we saved their team for last. We then finished with questions from the people, and unfortunately, we were on a little bit of a time crunch. So what I did was I saved all of Jackson's questions for the end. Matt and Morgan got off, and then Jackson and I closed out the episode together. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got the fellas on, Jackson, Lamar, Morgan, and Matt. Fellas, how we doing?
What up?
Doing good. Excited.
Really good.
Really good?
Really good.
Matt and Morgan, you guys had a wedding this weekend. How was that?
It was good. It was really good. It was my brother's wedding. So shout out to him. And it was a really good wedding. It was on the island, so it wasn't that far away. Uh, and my brother and me, notoriously very, very white, Irish and Italian, and his now wife is like very Dominican. And going to the wedding, this is like the first time that we've met her like extended family. And I'm telling you, probably 40 or 50 times, I had like one of her relatives come up to me and be like, "Congratulations, Tom," like as if I were, yeah, as if I were my brother. And every time I had to be like, "Actually, close. Thank you. I'm the wrong one." And like it was like multiple people like did it to me multiple times. And it was like so funny because I feel like the third time someone like was like coming up to me like, "Tom, Tom," we would both just stare at each other for a second, and then he would be like, "Nope, let me try again."
That's hilarious. That
Yeah.
reminds me of like when people will call me Brian, and I'll just be like, I'll give this to them. And then I just answer. If it's like something
Yeah.
where I'm only going to see that person once or twice, I'll be like, all right, I'm Brian for this interaction. But
Yeah, I get Megan a lot.
Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the wine was really, really good. It was really good, and the DJ there like killed it. It was
It was
good the
really-
whole night.
Were you the best man?
No, I was one of the two best men, but
Okay.
I wasn't the best man.
Got it.
Yeah, it was his friend. So fucked up, man. Like he's known me for 26 years, and he's only known him for 28 years. Like,
dude,
it should have been me.
that's fucked up. And you guys like, wait, do you guys have the same last name?
No.
I mean, my
You and your
brother and I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not actually mad that I wasn't the best man. I think he 100% picked the right person. I know he picked the right person because in the wedding ceremony, his best man was nonstop crying as my brother gave his vows.
Oh,
And
Okay.
I was like, you know what? He could have this one.
Yeah.
Matt was just there like
Yeah.
stone face.
He was trying his best to hold it together. I'm like, all right, you know what? You got this one.
This is
Yeah,
your
you
day
gotta be
too.
like, bro, pull it together, man. Come on.
It was really good though.
Hell yeah.
Really, really nice. It was really nice, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Morgan, did you catch the bouquet of flowers when they threw it or no?
You know, I'm not notoriously a catcher, I
Interesting.
think we all know that. So no, I didn't. She also chucked that shit. It was like 8 feet over my head.
Yeah, we
Damn.
were we were also in a building, so she threw it the first time and it went straight up and hit the ceiling and then just smashed on the ground and then she had to redo it.
Oh
So I will
no.
not be signing her up for dodgeball.
Oh, wait. Was she like LeBron throwing it like she had a fucking cannon? Maybe this is someone you do want to get into
Oh,
dodgeball.
yeah, yeah, it was really good. If we changed the courts so that they're going upwards instead of forwards, then maybe I'll think about it.
We'll look into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll look into it.
I like it.
See,
I like it.
we'll see what we can do.
I'm waiting to see a video of like the bouquet getting thrown back over this lady, and Morgan just comes out of nowhere and just scoops that shit in the air. She's up like 10 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morgan's notoriously big. It
Yeah.
actually was pretty close to you though, but there was just someone standing in front of you who was like 6'3".
I feel like the super crazy girls are like that are single and are like, I don't know, they have like 12 cats at home. They're like, that's mine, and you go for it, and you're like, all right, that's all you. You got this. You're next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're next.
Oh my gosh.
Hope that works out.
Pretty sure that's how it works. All right, Jackson, how about you? You had a tournament this weekend?
Yeah, in Connecticut. So it was nice not to travel for once. But was there for Saturday. Did pretty good. Second out of 10.
12.
12? There's 12.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to do the bracket in my head. I guess I miscounted. Okay, second out of 12, even better than I thought. Um, I was on a team captained by Jeans from Connecticut as well, so it was finally good to play with him. We also had, I guess I'll go through the roster. We had us two, Tenny, we had Mario, we had Dakota, all from Connecticut except for Tenny, who's from New York. We had Mackenzie, Jess, and oh God, I'm
Oh
blanking.
my, I can't believe you would forget a teammate that you play
And
with
then
for
Rachel,
7 hours.
and then Rachel, or all from Connecticut. So mostly Connecticut except for one brought home the silver. So it was pretty good. It was fun. I didn't go to the after party after because I had to go to a friend's giving, which kind of blew, but I
Wow,
still
dude.
enjoyed myself.
I hope that they don't watch this because he's gonna be like, "Wow, Jackson, I thought we had a good time."
It was a good time, guys.
So it didn't blow.
It don't put words in my mouth. We
Back up,
just
back up.
started. This was my first story, and you're already like, wow. Crazy
No,
work.
no,
I had a lot of fun.
it sounds fun. I actually did go to the after party. I think I probably averaged going to the bar at one time every year and a half. And
Hmm.
I was making a joke to Rachel, and I was like, "Hey, I probably should have brought like a bunch of different outfits. That way, I can get like a bunch of pictures taken of me in different outfits." And be like, bro, I was literally at the bar last week. What do you mean? Like, I don't need to go every week.
Oh,
That
no,
would have been
that's
smart.
creative. Yeah. And
Pretty
they'll be
sure.
like, oh, you look the same.
Yeah, everybody else is just wearing the same outfits. It's all the same people.
Yeah.
But you keep changing.
Yeah, it's just me and like a different twisted tea can every time. But yeah, no, it was a good tournament. Jackson, you guys killed it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy. And it was for a charity, so I think we all win at the end, so I'm
yeah,
happy.
yeah, hell yeah. All right. Morgan, I don't know. Do you watch football at all?
I do not.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had any crazy football, not a lot of football, like football in the States takes.
I have no takes. I have nothing.
Matt, you have anything to add about football or no?
No, no, not this time.
All
Can't
right,
bring back
All
Jackson.
Connecticut.
right. I guess it's our turn. So you want to
Did you
take?
play against the Browns?
Huh?
How did you play against the Browns?
Oh, dude, I'm not Lamar Jackson. I keep telling you this. No, my take is that my sweet Buccaneers are dead. Um, they're the second loss in a row for the first time this season. Defense looked um bad.
Oh.
We are very banged up. No pass rushers. I'm happy that Baker did well, but like this is definitely the lowest I've been all season. From being like at one point one of the Super Bowl favorites to almost losing the division to the Panthers. Pretty rough right now. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy with football right now.
I feel like Baker Mayfield's definitely hurt, and that's I mean they still put up what 30 plus points
Yeah.
with a hurt Baker. So and yeah, I mean the Panthers are on their ass now. Ever since Meow Mix stopped potting, I mean they're on a heater, the Panthers.
The legendary Meow Mix. Everyone listens to that podcast, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Second favorite, second favorite, second favorite. Ryan.
I thought he was gonna
Ah,
Me.
there
I
it
thought he was gonna be like
is.
Joe Rogan, brother.
Third favorite. Yeah, no, Panthers look good. Bucks don't look as good as they were earlier. MVP Baker is gone. If he is hurt, then I feel a little better, but I would feel better um if we beat the Rams this coming week, but
It,
that's a tall task.
okay, this is a pretty simple question. I'll ask it very straightforward.
Okay, please do.
All right, the game against the Rams this weekend,
Mhm.
is it a must win or a can't lose?
Good question.
Good question.
I think for us to get on the right track, it is a must win. I think we can lose this and still make it to the playoffs. But about the mojo, like you have to win this. Like you could lose it, but you have to win this because
So
that's going to
it's like
get
a must
everyone on.
win.
Yeah, I would say it's a must win.
Is it a double must win? Like the Rams must win as well?
Ooh, no. The Rams could sit everybody and be a-okay. Jesus Christ. It's a
Uh,
single must win. It's a one-sided must win.
I am sorry, Matt and Morgan, that you guys don't know what we're talking about right now, but
Yeah, we're speaking a foreign language.
yeah.
It's all good. I know sports.
He's saying.
Oh, you guys want to talk about hockey instead?
No.
No?
I every year I'm like I gotta follow football more, I gotta follow hockey more, and then every year I'm like, oh, next year.
What team do you like for or what team would you like for football?
I am a Steelers fan, and I
Okay.
watched it a bit last year, and I watched it a bit this year, but not enough to like talk it and know what I'm talking about. And then for hockey, I'm an Islanders fan, so we're off for both of those.
Mm.
I really love my mid teams. Like not really good, but not the worst team ever.
I will say for the Islanders, what's his name? Sheffield looks really good. So you guys might be a little bit better in the coming years. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have a good future, which is why I want us to like get rid of all the like old players.
Mm,
Like just we're wasting a lot of like money on contracts on that
yeah,
for like now like no hopes of winning. So I think in like a year or two when they're kind of gone and we can let like the younger guys play and really build that up, I think we're gonna have a good future.
I agree. I agree. Look, you're talking hockey.
Yeah,
This
I
guy.
told you I know a little bit. Don't ask me if we won the game 2 nights ago or not. I don't know if we played.
I'm actually excited. I'm coming to the island to watch a game in December, so
Oh, word.
I'm
Ooh.
pumped. Yeah, Avalanche are in town, so I gotta watch it.
Fuck yeah.
Forgot you're an Avalanche fan.
Yes, sir.
Morgan, do you follow hockey a little bit or no?
No.
No,
Nothing.
Yeah.
she likes hockey, but she doesn't follow it.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
I was watching like a couple years ago, more than a couple years ago, but not anymore. I don't pay attention to anything. So
That's fair. I feel like you're like me. You probably watch a lot of TV shows, and actually, no, that I didn't word that correctly. You're the opposite of me. You watch a lot of TV shows. I watch only sports.
yeah, I need to like repeat watch things over and over and over again before it sticks. So I watch the same thing over and over.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right, before we get into the draft, Jackson, Blazers -2.5 tonight, yes or no?
Ooh, good question.
Good question.
They're playing the Suns. I'm gonna go with no, actually. They've been stinking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's in Portland, if I'm right. I'm not sure, but not no.
Do you think if they win the NBA Finals, they'll be like, the FBI would be like, you know what, guys, the Trailblazers won. I know that Shanti Billups is in deep shit right now for gambling and insider stuff and everything else. Let's release him from jail because the Blazers won. Like,
No,
we're
no,
doing
no,
this for
no, no,
Coach.
no, 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 no. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Um, I will allow him to be on like a little tablet and like he's like on a, like a robot, so he's like on like coaching from the sidelines, but from prison on a tablet. So
Like,
like
like the Futurama character, right?
yeah, yeah. So like if we're like down by like 50 by the half, which usually happens, we'll just like forget the charge, coach. We'll have the interim going.
Shanti Billups, better person or better coach? Or
Uh, ooh,
Neither.
ooh, that's a ooh.
or
I don't.
better player slash coach?
Play. Hmm. Better player.
Okay.
Better player. He's a horrible coach and not that good of a person.
Okay. All right. And that's basketball and hockey talk.
Yeah.
All right, let's move right into let's move right into the draft. All right, so the topic for today's draft, and I am sorry I have been slacking. I need to post some shit on Instagram. But the topic of today's draft is Thanksgiving dishes.
Hell yeah.
You guys are my guests. Morgan, you are a girl. Would you like to go first?
I'm gonna go first because I've already gotten a threat that Matt will take this if I don't. So
Oh no. I'm actually very scared to not go
White
first in
Monster.
this.
I'll leave that one for him. I'm gonna go with stuffing.
Oh, that was gonna be my 1-1 too.
I
That was
need
on the list.
I want it every day.
Oh. Okay, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. My whole draft is off now. Ugh.
Yeah, this sucks.
All right, who wants to go next? Matt or Jackson?
I'll go next. I'll go mashed potatoes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay. All right.
I see you. Okay. I will say my 1-2 is still on the board.
Mine is not.
Yours is not. So your
No.
1-1 and your 1-2 is out?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that
cooked.
sucks. Can I guess what your 1-3 is?
I don't even have one. I'm just going through the list right now. But yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay, fair enough. Okay. I think this goes with everything. I think it's the ultimate cheat code. It's gravy.
Oh,
Like,
Okay.
damn it.
That's a
come-
great pick. That's a
like it goes
great
with
pick.
everything. Like it's all gravy from here, to be honest. Sorry. All right, yeah. Sorry.
Oh man. All right,
Mhm.
chat. I'm cooked.
You might finally lose one of these.
About time.
I don't think I've lost one yet, actually. All right. Lock in. I will go for my first pick. Baked macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that was my next pick.
Okay, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
And for my follow-up pick, I will go with apple pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite dessert. That's good.
All right.
Nice.
That's me then, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm actually like really excited to have this. It's the scallop potatoes. Like the very thin slice with like the sauce. It's delicious.
Hmm.
I think there you could put it with a little cheese, but it's like probably like one of my favorite foods besides like stuffing and mashed potatoes and all that.
Good pick. Great value.
Good pick.
Thank you.
All right, Matt.
I'll go with I'll go with garlic green beans. Garlic green beans. Get some
Oh,
veggies in there.
Good pick.
gonna be mine.
Nice.
Wow.
Good picks.
Morgan, maybe you could trade your first pick for that or no?
No.
Mm.
Uh,
All right, you got two here, Morgan. Your second and your last.
all right. I'm gonna go with this is maybe not gonna count. We'll see. Charcuterie. So like meats, cheeses, little crackers, maybe some olives.
This is
Stuff.
like the board that's on the table before the Thanksgiving
Yeah,
comes out.
you walk in, you gotta warm up, you eat a lot of cheese and pepperoni, and then the other stuff.
Okay, you're on your third twisted tea, but you're just like picking out the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And your last pick?
I'm gonna go with pumpkin pie because I need a dessert.
Okay, good pick.
That's very good.
Great
Alright.
value.
I should have made a list. I'm gonna go with biscuits. Go with biscuits.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah. You stole my other half there. Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Whoops.
I'm so sorry.
I'm like so sorry. God.
This would be a good pick right here. Cheese.
Cheese would be such a good pick. I really want to do it. I really want to pick it.
You won't.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the turkey.
Yeah.
I know it's not everyone's favorite. It's not like the thing that jumps off the plate, but
It has to be there.
it's a classic. Like,
has
did you
to.
celebrate without eating turkey?
No, but I will.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take almost any other meat. Pause.
Crazy. Anyways, Ryan, I think this is your last pick.
Yeah, man, there's so many good picks on the board, including cheese here. Probably gonna save that for a later draft. So I think I will go with. Oh man, I could go meat here, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go cauliflower with cheddar cheese, like the melted cheddar cheese.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay, and that is our draft. Not bad timing so far. Only 20 minutes in. I said this on the episode yesterday, but I was talking to Giancarlo and Sal. Sal's like, I love the episodes, but I have to skip to like 40 minutes before we get into dodgeball. And I'm like, sorry.
We just like to shoot the shit a little bit.
Yeah.
God forbid.
The draft yesterday took a long time. I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
but that's okay. All right, let's get into recapping the team. So we'll recap every team, but you guys, we'll save you guys for last. Then we will move into questions from the people. Sound good?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Sounds great.
All right, Jackson, why don't you start with Phoenix?
Oh, Phoenix. I really wish we lived in the universe where they showed up all the time. Like everybody showed up all at once to every single tournament because I think the result will look a lot different. I know they've also dealt with a couple injuries, but um, they've clearly won like the most improved team from point A to point B at the end of the season. I think the leadership and the evolution of Brenda kind of evolving through that process is a big component of it. I think also drafting Sarah Wood was also a big part. But I I know it's like nothing new, but like Phoenix was really scary to actually play against. In the final semi-pro, that was our first game. I think that was our first round robin. That one, and I think we only won by one, or maybe it was two. But after that, they tied or won out the rest of the way. So like they're when they put it all together, they were super scary. They just wish he had more time, but overall, really solid. Really awesome to see him grow.
Morgan?
Yeah, they really showed that when they're at full strength and they have their all of the kinks ironed out, they can like be up there with the rest of the teams. Um, like Jackson said, I wish that they had more opportunity to show that. And I think that we just saw the beginning. So if they had, they would have improved more and more and more. And it was already a scary team to go against. Um, Overall, like this team is so fun though, and they never gave up, even though they were missing people, they had injuries, and uh Brenda like was new to captaining for semi-pro and she was the only female captain. I know she was in that group chat with all you guys probably like what the fuck is going on. Um so really good on her for making all those decisions that she made, and I'm glad that they got to show up for the last one.
I feel so bad for Brenda for being in a group message with Nikki, Randy, Jordan, and I. Like that group message was insane.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, you guys said it pretty good. I think the team grew a lot from the first tournament to the last tournament. I think I wish that Brenda knew, like, had traveled a little bit more and, like, met and talked with more people before the initial draft. Because I think everyone that she drafted would have ended up on a team one way or another because they were all really talented and they deserve to be on the team. But I think if she knew like people from like Connecticut, let's say, or like Boston or whatnot, or Philly, I think she may have drafted a little bit differently early on and would could have gotten like pieces that fit her team like really good in her play style. Which would have helped them in the earlier stages. Because like we said, eventually they figured it out and they looked really good. Like Jackson said, in that last tournament, it was we versed them before we knew that they were gonna go crazy too. So like we walked into it, and it definitely wasn't like, oh, this is a walk in the park. Because first of all, I'm scared of half of her team by themselves. So, but I wasn't expecting like that. Like they looked like they have been playing together for like a year and a half, like consistently. Um, I think an initial draft would have helped that process happen quicker.
Yeah, I agree. I think Brenda probably I think between Brenda and Morgan, I think you two have been like the most improved and shown um the most from like the beginning of the season till the end. And that's not like a backhanded compliment. That's like holy shit. You could just tell with the play and the confidence that kind of like to your point, Matt. You're like, I wonder what that team would have looked like if Brenda knew what she knew now 6 months ago. Maybe she would have drafted a little bit differently, but I think she would have had a lot of different results because that team had a ton of ties and they had a ton of losses by just one. A ton of series losses by just one match. So, all right, Morgan, why don't you start with Squabble Up?
I love this team. I was always on the sidelines. If we were off, I wanted to watch this team. They're so fun. It's mostly Long Island team, so like I'm just friends with a lot of these people. Um and I love when they get like really crazy and they kind of come out of the chaos on top a lot of times. Um so that was really cool to see. I think that part of their problem was they couldn't really figure out what their team identity was. They going to be like playing quickly? Were they going to be playing slowly? Um they started to move things around to try and figure it out, but I don't think that they really got there like very quickly. I liked Randy in the center. I thought that helped. I really liked Kyle in the corner. He did so well this entire season of semi pro. He was such a good corner to have, even though we all think of him as a catcher. He is a catcher, but he's really smart with his counters, and he could take shots from the front line like confidently because he knows that it doesn't matter if somebody's 8 feet away from him, he's probably just going to catch whatever they throw at him. So I love that. I also really liked that they picked up Katie. That really was good for their team, I think. She is so smart and she's really good at reading and understanding people. So she's coming in, she probably doesn't know or isn't super familiar with a lot of the people here at Semi Pro. Obviously, she knows everybody. Um, but she learns so quickly who people are, what they do, how they play, and then she is really good at guiding a team against that. So I think that that was really helpful for their team too. Um, but yeah, like I said, I love this team. They're so fun.
Matt?
Yeah, this team's also probably my favorite team apart from obviously Sirius. Um, they have a lot of like my friends on it. It was like cool to see all the teams and trying to help all the teams, shagging wise, but this team like being so energetic is really fun. I think one of the issues with this team is they are very hot and cold, and they needed someone to like help balance the vibes. Um, Going into that last tournament, like their playing game, they were all so down and like giving up really way, way quicker than you should. Um, so I think that's like other than obviously the identity, which I fully agree with, was figuring out how they want to play. And they also had trouble because like Taylor probably was a big part of their plan. And then he ended up not being able to make a lot of tournaments towards the end. So they really had to start from scratch halfway through. And I think they did a good job with Randy in the middle. But I just think they needed someone to like help everyone stay on track and really to help players who are hot and cold, like not get in their own heads. Um, so this team should, I think every semi-pro team should run it back for a tournament just for the fun of it. Um, and if this team ever does that, someone should step up and really try and handle everyone. Uh, and they'll be really good.
I'm curious what that team would have looked like if Katie had joined like 2 months earlier and if
They
Taylor
were
was there.
good. They would have been really, really good. I think Katie taking over play calling was a huge help. She's super smart. And I think Randy and Kyle not having to play call helps both of them a lot because they can just play their own game. And like they're both really, really smart when they're playing their own game and like really make right decisions. So I think that would have been a huge help. And I think it was a huge help as she joined.
Jackson?
Before I go in, I actually really like the idea of having all the semi-pro teams play in like one more tournament from this year. Maybe I'm biased, but now I'm kind of like, damn, what do I do? What the fuck do I do in November? What the fuck do I do in December? But going into Squabble Up, I think they're the team we played the least, possibly.
Ace of
Um,
Spades, I think,
Yeah, I
was
was
the
gonna say it
least,
Ace
might
of
have been eight
Spades.
spades.
but
That's
Squabble
also
Up
a
was
good point.
also lowest.
Yeah, because I remember there's a bunch of times now that you say Ace of Spades, that does make sense. But I just remember a bunch of times being like, "Oh, I want to see how that game turned out," because either I was reffing elsewhere or I was watching other teams, and I kind of do feel bad in that sense. But I think their team is really solid. I think I do agree with the lack of identity and maybe a couple of missing players or players that came in too late was hindering their ability. But I also liked what they did bring to the table. I think all of them are more than capable catchers. I think there are a couple players that aren't known for their throws speed necessarily, but they make up for it with these weird angles and weird moving balls that could come at a person and they don't know how to deal with it. So like they could still get their outs in different ways. So I think they come I think they have a lot of the tools that they needed, but I think a lot also happened where they couldn't like flourish as much as they planned to. So unfortunate, but I think what was I gonna say? Shoot. Um, I think this is I think I'm not sure if this is a like like one of the team awards at the end, but I think this is like one of my bonehead decisions that I made because I think we were up and we were trying to like kill the clock, and I think I either got a catch or I got a hit, and Matt like looked at me like, "Dude, we're trying to kill the clock." I was like,
Uh,
"Oh."
Jackson, I think that happened like 5 times with
Three
you.
times.
I think that have
Jackson, you hear run the clock and you become the greatest catcher
Yeah.
in the
of
world.
all time, and I'll tell you
Bro,
what, it happened this Saturday too. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
bro.
it was like all fingers catch, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, let's
Ten,
go.
10 suicides in the parking lot right now.
Bro.
Dude,
Every time.
if I did that 10 suicides in the parking lot, I might throw up every tournament. And I don't
Uh,
catch normally. It's crazy.
no, it's insane. I think at one point I was like, all right, let's run the clock, and Morgan turned to me and she was like, don't tell Jackson. Just let him play for real.
No.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I probably got out at that time.
I feel like at times in tournaments, I'll be like, all right, I'll be the one to like, dirt balls, but make sure they're still valid. And then I'll do it like 3 or 4 times in a row. And like, we'll go from like 5 counter. Okay, we get 5 again. And I just do it 3 or 4 times in a row. And I'll go to like my other corner in the huddle. I'll be like, hey, do you know what I'm doing? And they're like, yeah, you're dirting balls. I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. And then they'll like throw directly at the person in front of them, and like it'll be like at their knees, and I'm like, "Hey, don't do that, okay? Like, I don't.
Yeah,
It doesn't even have to hit anyone. Just it needs to be near someone
Uh,
and not like not a catchable ball."
see,
yeah.
that's me. Except like
Mm.
I catch.
Yeah. We were like good with running the clock. But we were also good with, I think, not letting the other team know that we're running the clock. I was like one to call like doubles.
Yeah,
Like
we're
to run the
really, really
clock.
good at missing.
We're
Really
really
good
good.
at missing.
They see me miss and they're like, all right, he's playing for real. So it'd be really like easy to pretend like we're playing. And then the only thing with Jackson would be like, but I could catch.
But have
Jackson's
you
like
seen this?
99% of the time, don't go for the catch. The 1%, okay, I'm gonna go for a coach.
Yeah, literally.
All right, Matt, why don't you start with Ace of Spades?
All right, Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades was a good team. I think Ace of Spades was really corner heavy. Um, and obviously I know that they also probably would have redone the initial draft a little bit differently, knowing everything we know now. Um, I think Ace of Spades should have been a better team than they were, and they were actually still a really good team. I think they just missed a couple people, or like Bo was hurt. Um, but it just seemed like the vibes were down in like a lot of tournaments. I know some people who like played on that team like had a rough time. Um, I think I saw like some people like really try and like lift heads up. I know Quan like tried to like help raise spirits a couple times, but I think that was like their issue. Whereas like Squabble Up was like hot or cold, it was like a team thing. Ace of Spades struggled from like individual issues on like motivation, if that makes sense.
Jackson?
I agree with everything that Matt said. And I think like to also use a little bit of evidence, the championship they did win, they used their celeb player on Brandon Kelly, right? I believe he
Mhm.
was
Yep.
their player there, and that team was humming because all of a sudden they have 3 individual threats that everyone's really focused on. And then all of a sudden, like some of the other players that weren't the threats were becoming the threats because everyone was either catching or everyone's like stepping up and trying to make those throws if one of them gets out. So I remember being really scared of that team when that happened, and I think due to a mixture of injuries and some of the other players had tournaments elsewhere, like that definitely messed with the mojo. But still, a really accomplished team. They won a chip, so you have to give them their flowers. And um, yeah, the draft could have been a little bit different, but I think it was still a really successful franchise.
Morgan?
Yeah, I don't have much on this team. Like we already talked about, we didn't really play this team as much as we played a lot of other teams. And then they missed tournaments, they were missing players. Um, I agree with everything that was said already, and especially with like the team vibe. I wish that they had all felt a little bit better even when they weren't winning. Because sometimes, even if you're not playing great, as long as you keep the vibe up, like you could bring it back. So, um, overall, the team was scary to go against when we did go against them. The corners are really strong, and then you have like Megan catching out of the middle. You have Pat supporting, and so it's tough to go against them when they're there and they're on.
Yeah, I agree. And also for this venue specifically, poor Quan, dude, because when we played them, I'm like, hey, big three, kill left, big three. And I'm like, the third person stagger. And if we miss, the balls are coming back, and we're going to keep on doing it until we get them out. So, yeah, poor. I mean, I got the same treatment, but poor Quan. All right, Jackson, why don't you start with Impact?
Who? Nah.
Pod's over.
Pod's over. Yeah. Obviously, this is a majority Connecticut team, so I'm definitely impartial to a lot of my peeps on here. Um, I had obviously I want them to all succeed as well as like our team, obviously. So had my hopes really high after the first one because I thought you guys were right there. And then I think I was like talking to you like, yeah, you guys look good, maybe clean up a few things and things could go well. And then injury bug. So sorry for jinxing you. Yeah, my
Good
bad.
job.
Yeah, like Jeans had like a leg injury. Ashley wasn't feeling so hot. Like there was a lot of like you had like a six-person team at one point, right? Or a seven-person team.
Yeah, we kept on having 6 players, and also the first tournament, I don't know if you remember, but my thumb to my wrist was purple because I sprained it like 3 days beforehand at an open gym.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Damn.
Yeah, so I mean, I think at every tournament we either had someone missing or someone hurt, or 2 people missing and 2 people hurt. So I drafted Derek full time. I think like the 4th tournament, and then Angel at the end, and then Cole twice. So I was
Okay.
definitely one of those teams that really um, used and abused the supplemental draft.
Which I mean, unfortunately you had to, and it's hard to get like a solid, team chemistry going when there's a lot of new faces here and there, but I think you made the most of it. I think Angel really did fit nicely towards the end, and maybe you're maybe you're kicking yourself now that you didn't pick him up earlier, but I think there were still successes, and I think everyone on that team still improved, especially Nate Dogg. I'm gonna give a special shout out to him.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg fucking killed it.
Yeah. I loved all the players on my team. This is not me talking down to any of my players on my team. I think that they all have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think if I had a second person on the team to be like, hey, I need you to have a big hit out of the middle, it's Nate. And that's like a huge compliment because like Ashley's on the team, Tree's on the team, Jeans is on the team, Derek's on the team. Like they're all cannons. And Nate would be like, hey, dude, like I need you to challenge this person in the middle and they don't have a ball and they're a really good catcher, but I trust you and I think you're going to get them out.
He did that job. That was his
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Get his out, and if he gets out, he gets out. If he stays in, he'll get somebody else.
It's pretty much like get the big out, hopefully a corner counters. Nate did a good job of catching a lot. He also did, he did reach a lot as well. But if a corner is countering, then, I'm going to counter or the other corner is going to counter. And it's a 2-for-1 every time, and it's probably two really big outs on that team. So, yeah. All right, Morgan.
Yeah, I want to say that I loved seeing Jackson play against you guys because he's one of you. But he definitely was rooting for you, just not when it was against our team. So
Yeah, fuck you
it was
guys.
really like fun, like competitive energy that it brought, that we had him, and I was like, we're gonna get this one because we're gonna show them that Jackson is the best. And otherwise, as much as he knew the team, I was like, I don't play with these people all the time. I don't play against these people all the time. So it was scary for me. um, you guys are really like well-rounded team. You had, I think, a really good draft where you had picked players that fit well together. You weren't all corners, you weren't all middles. You had people who could catch, you had people with really good throws, you had people who were really good at supporting. Um, and it's a really uh, smart team. I think that Ryan, your play calls are really hard to go against. They're hard to read. I think that you don't underestimate anyone, which is tough because that's kind of where I thrive, where I'm like, oh, maybe they're not going to pay attention to me. Maybe they're not going to look at me. Like, I'll do something now. And I couldn't really do a lot against this team. I think that you guys, I'm surprised based off of how I felt like you played against us and how I saw you play, that you guys are as low as you are in the standings. But I think that that just goes to show how competitive this tournament really is.
I agree with that too. I mean, if you're looking at all the teams, I think give give every team one or two more tournaments, or give a team like one player that wasn't hurt for one tournament, and I think that's the difference between a team making the playoffs or literally that team winning the whole thing. Because I think 1 through 8, any team could have won any tournament.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, there was like probably the first one and the last one I felt really confident about winning the whole thing, and the first one we literally lost by 1 game. That last one, same thing. It's just unfortunate what happened. And then there was one other one in the middle where we ran into Sauce and we lost by 1 game, but we were fucking cooking. And I'm like, all right, let's go. We're back. And then, yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
Yeah. You guys did really good against us in playoffs. You guys had us, and then I think one of your players pissed Robbie off, and that's like never a good thing. And then he went crazy. Robbie's like insane when he gets mad. Um, but you guys also had a player go crazy in Derek, who popped off that last game against us in playoffs. So you guys looked good going into that final tournament. Um, I think I think one thing I noticed about your team more so than the others, and I think a lot of teams saw our team the same way, is your team's survivability. I feel like I feel like both of our teams were like pretty quick to get out for the most part. Like none of us had, like, apart from yourself, um people who like can just survive like an onslaught of balls for 10 minutes. Um Jackson actually maybe being the best one on our team for like that situation. And Big Ben is also very, very, very good at that. But like I think everyone when they versed our team was kind of like, you know, just go heavy quickly and you'll be able to just get them out and we'll survive the long battle. That's kind of how I went into it against your team.
There was also times too, again, like it's a little tough when there's like a new player that is joining the team to help out for every tournament. But I think with my team as well, I really tried to make sure that we weren't dumping that fifth ball in those first few tournaments. we ran into the issue where we were dumping that ball, like trying to protect someone. And I was preaching with everyone, like, hey, I want us to be reactive, not proactive. Like, if they throw that ball, then I want you to take that shot, but I want you to trust whoever is getting ran down to dodge literally one throw or catch one throw. And then you can go from there, because a lot of the times it was just a bait and they would take the bait and then we give up 5. And then, I mean, I don't need to explain this to you guys, but you give up 5 at that gym, you're probably losing that game, or you definitely deserve to lose that game.
Yeah, I understand that.
Big swing.
Yeah. One last thing too that I just remembered. Morgan, do you remember that 1v1 that we had at the end?
Yes.
Okay. Did you realize in the moment like that my fingers were cramping?
No, I
Wait.
had no idea. And the whole time, Matt's like, keep going, he's getting tired. And I was like, okay. I was like, if you guys want me to step off, we could have the whole team jump in. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna win this one here. And Matt was like, no, keep going, he's tired. And then you like sat the next game, and I was like, oh, maybe he was tired.
I got a story on that. First of all, I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm a bad person. I saw that you were struggling, and I could see every time you threw, you would take your hand and you like go like this. I saw really early that you were having cramps. I didn't know if it was cramps, but I knew you were having pains in your hands. And Morgan was doing a really good job surviving. And
Yes.
she was like,
Yes.
should I step out? And I was I'm pretty sure some of our teammates were like, yeah, you might want to step out. And I was like, no, no, no. And I was telling her, like, I was standing behind her and I was like, stay alive. I was like, I don't care if you win or lose this. Just make Ryan throw as many balls as possible. I was like, I do not want him to like take this one easy and then be able to go for more games. Oh my God. I was like, survive. Have him
That's
keep going. I'm so sorry. And then you like were actually hurt and I felt bad. And then you sat out the next game and I still felt a little bad, but I was like, no, I was right though.
no, you were 1,000%. Honestly, no. You were 1,000% right. So I sat the last 3 of the 4 games. So what happened, Morgan, was when I'm at the front line, I had 2 balls. So I would go to throw and like I tape these fingers together. So when I was throwing, I was releasing like this. And when I was coming back, I had the ball in my left hand. I was trying to put it in my right, and I couldn't because my hands literally were cramping so badly that I had to open my hand with my other hand. And I was like legit nervous. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I was like, I need to get Morgan out in 2 or 3 throws. And like I was sitting the next game regardless, because I think it was like forearm issues. But I was like, oh no, this is bad. And then I sat, and then I played the next game, and then my quad started to cramp, like the front part of it. And I got out. I was the last one out against you guys, and I got out at the front line, and I think everyone's like, "What the fuck just happened?" Because that, like, obviously I get out in games, but it's never at the front line. That's one thing that I really preach to all my teams: like, you should never be stuck at that line. And I literally could not backpedal because I was literally just stuck. And then that last game, I was cramping, and I was like, I was standing. Then I was like, no, fuck, my left hamstring, and I went down. And I'm like, all right, I got back up, and then I'm like, oh no, double cramp. And then I went on my knees, and it was Zach in front of me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get lit the fuck up here, but I need to at least attempt to go for this catch. And I got chested so fucking hard, but that's the only thing I could have done.
See, that was me. I made you tired.
You
That
did,
was
yeah.
that was me.
Yeah,
The plan
1,000%.
worked.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
getting old. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, guys, if you can, like, try to not turn 30.
Yeah.
I'll
Reverse
see what I
time.
can do about that.
Yeah.
Reverse time. All right, let's move on to the next team. Morgan, why don't you start with Sauce?
Yeah, this team also has so many players that I like. They obviously had issues with having their players there. I really appreciate all of the people on their team who stepped up and put a lot more work and effort into the team than I guess they would have originally thought they were going to have to do. And my favorite part about this team is how they used their girls. So they had Chrissy and Claire in corner. I think that that was a really good decision. I really liked that for them. It was just a lot of unfortunate circumstances that had them doing not as well as they obviously could have been doing. Still, they placed decently good here. Um, yeah, this is a scary team to throw at if you're me. Um, I'm probably going to get caught by anyone on this team. And I'm pretty sure Chris caught me. He was there for like 2 tournaments and he probably caught me like 7 times. Um, he's one of my favorite people to play against because it's just fun. He makes it fun even for the people that he's playing against. Overall, I think that attendance was their biggest issue.
I can agree with that. Matt, why don't you go next?
Yeah, attendance hurt every team. I don't think there's any team that had good attendance. So attendance does hurt everyone. Attendance definitely hurt them, obviously. Shout out to Jordan for stepping up and doing a lot more than he anticipated. And I'm trying to go through this podcast without going into specific players as much, just because I feel like that's been the trend. But I do want to give a shout out to Garrett because I think Garrett's really good for like any tournament, and he's really good for semi-pro because he was one of the few players who came to the tournament and just like helped teams. Like he shagged for like every team. Um, he was a great vibes guy. He's like keeping everything light. Um, so thank you, Garrett, for like you helped us. I think I'll get into it later, but I think our team's biggest issue probably was shagging. So thank you for that. Um, Another thing is like I always hear like people talk about like, oh, I love playing this player. Oh, he's like this is one of my favorite players to play against. No, I don't have that. I don't have people that I like to play against, okay? I have people I hate to play against. I can't fucking stand playing against some people. It ruins my entire day. Chris is one of those people. I don't ever want to play Chris ever in anything. Doesn't have to be dodgeball. I don't want to verse the guy in rock, paper, scissors. All right. He pisses me off so much. He's so good and he gets in my head and fucking destroys me. So hated playing uh hated playing this team with Sauce. I hated playing Sauce whenever Chris was there. Also, Morgan, you said everyone on that team can catch your balls. They can catch my shit too. And they did. Jordan, I think, bit my ball and caught it. Because that shit was straight at his dome. And like the girls were utilized really good there. And they all played their part really well. Like Biggie got like so much better this past year. He grew a lot as a player and they had to like all take on more responsibility than they anticipated on and off the court. They did a good job.
Jackson?
Yeah, Morgan, they caught my balls too. It's okay. And I'm actually was gonna bring this up, so I'm kind of mad at Matt for saying this. I played against Chris, like lined up against Chris like one time, and he caught my first 2 throws that were like kind of in his vicinity. One was like a bit of a chest, so he caught that pretty easily, and he caught one like right up here, kind of, maybe up here. I was just like, dude, that was just fingers. What the hell are you doing now? And I think he lit me up like 1 or 2 more times.
Did he LeBron
So
you at all?
Oh,
no LeBron, no
fuck that
LeBron,
Oh,
guy.
thank God, dude.
no, but yeah, he could. Jesus Christ. But no, I will say though, if I was to give a reward out, it would be to Sauce for my favorite playoff set that wasn't a finals, because obviously, the last finals game was pretty cool. But but no, I think it was like the first time we made it to the finals. I forget what month that is, but we played against Sauce in the semis, and it was really close. It went to no ball blocking, and then had to finish out in one more. I'm not sure if that's right or if it finished in no ball blocking, but I just remember it being like really close and like really intense. And we were on court one, so like everybody was watching and like everyone was like reacting to everything that was happening. And I think that was um like besides like a final set, that was like one of like the moments of semi-pro I'm taking away. Like just like the atmosphere of it all.
Yeah, that
Ye-
was when Robbie went
Yeah.
crazy.
Robbie went insane. I do think we won it in no blocking, and that game
Okay.
had a few like key moments. Not that like game, but that match had like a few key moments that like I remember as like some of the like coolest moments in semi-pro. And one of them is in no blocking where they made the mistake of they didn't throw in time. And I think actually Ryan, you were the ref for this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a Malaysian ball block at the front line, and the balls rolled over, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, that's not a valid throw."
So they gave us 6 balls, and I first of all, I'm not a fan of how this venue makes you play. Um, I don't think it's great dodgeball. I think it's very fun dodgeball, and I love the tournament. But I think the venue like kind of sets up for bad dodgeball, and a lot of that is like, oh, throw 4 balls, throw 3 balls, throw 5 balls, just constantly. Like you're gonna hit someone and you're gonna get a ball back. So, me and my team like tried pretty hard not to do that, and try and play like more standard dodgeball, which I actually think probably hurt us, but just kind of how it worked out. But that was I ended up calling 4 balls at Dylan, and I called Robbie to delay, and it worked like we threw 3 at him, and it worked perfectly. He had to jump, he had to land on his knees. So he was set up very good. And then there was just nothing for like 3 seconds. No fourth ball, nothing, no one throwing. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Is Robbie tying his shoe right now or some shit? And then Robbie just steps up and throws a solo and just he rocks him, he gets him, and it was a huge swing. But like I've played that moment back in my head like every week. Robbie took so
Yeah,
unbelievably long because he knew that like he would Robbie, there's a lot of people in like semi-pro who can just go out there and just you're like hit someone and they can just do it. Like you said, Nate, before. Robbie's one of those people. I'll trust Robbie to throw at any person in semi-pro on a solo, and I will be fully confident he's gonna get that out. And in that moment, I think he was fully confident he was gonna get it, and he did, and I think that set us up really well to win that huge game.
yeah, that delay, it was probably like a second and a half, but it felt like 5 minutes. I was like, when is he throwing this ball? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like what you said, Matt. I feel like this gym is more like a, I know they do like volleyball and stuff there too, but I feel like it's more of like a dodgeball rec venue than probably like a more of competitive venue. Um, but that might change next year. I don't know. I can't speak for Giancarlo and Sal.
And we'll see.
All right. Did everyone get a chance to talk about sauce there? Yes. Okay. All right. Matt, why don't you start with Invictus?
Uh
76ers.
yeah.
I mean Invictus.
Um I think Invictus was the best team in the tournament. I think they proved that. I've said this like before, but I think they had the best 4-man group in all of semi-pro with Gio, Jacob, Noah, and John. I'm fortunate that Gio ended up missing as many as he did, but they were really, really good. Hard for me to find like a flaw in that team. I think they taking Jacob as their first pick was like a great pick for the role that they wanted him to play, which is, go in the middle. And they probably started every tournament with, hey, you're going to get 30 balls thrown at you a game, and you just need to survive that. And he did. He did he did that like with grace. He did so well. Um, they pissed me the fuck off with their three ball plays and their four ball plays. And it was really smart and it won them a lot of games because when you take people of like that caliber and you just let them unload on a team, like they're gonna hit. And they did really good to cover each other. Um, One thing that I think helped us was in the finals against them. They did that call every time. We did the math and they did that call 11 times to Zach.
Ooh.
11 times where they had four balls and they threw three. And after the very first time they did it, they got Zach and I I talked to Zach and I'm not taking credit for this because I'm pretty sure everyone thought the same thing. And I'm sure Zach, with how smart he is, he thought the same thing. But I turned to Zach and I go, hey, anytime they have four balls, they're going to throw three at you every time. I want you to take the counter at their best player every time. And I want you to just get out and get traded. Um, because you're going to trade with them and then we're going to get those balls and then we're going to cook them. Um, and he did exactly that. And do you guys remember what was it? 9 out of 11 were trades.
Something like that.
It was like an insane stat, and
Yeah.
they didn't they didn't adapt to that call at all. Um, he just kept taking it. I think he got Noah on like three. I think he got John on like four of those. And then even later, I said, fuck it. And I told the left corner, who was Robbie, to also start taking those because we know that they're going to throw three at Zach every game. And Robbie ended up getting people on every go. And the corner who was matching Robbie, who switched between games, um, fortunately, they didn't get the trade. Robbie did good to survive the solo. And it like set us up really, really, really well.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that our team specifically that worked really well for because we had so many players that were versatile enough to be middle players and then slide into corner when the corner got out. And then the other team is like, oh, we just got like a good corner out. And now all of a sudden there's another good corner playing in corner. Like, we had Zach, we had Robbie, we had Ben, Jackson, you, all of you guys are really good corners. So like they do that and they come out negative in the trade.
Yeah. And I think if they played like I think that's a good call and I think it worked out a lot for them as like every other time we played them before that finals and they did that like they cooked us like we lost against them in the finals previously because of that like Noah being smart enough to run that call and like it did a lot of damage to us. I think that they just didn't they didn't try to adapt to it. And if they had played more of a standard like version of dodgeball after a while, it would have been a lot different for us because I think our team was really good, but we're big boys and they're all fantastic, fantastic throwers.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like from their point of view, I think that they're just like, hey, if we can get Zach out, I don't care if we throw three and he gets one of us out, like we're just gonna live with that result. I think from your point of view, I think the only other thing you could have kind of done was obviously not try to get. I mean, but you said that they were throwing three when they had four, so they were gonna. Then it's not like they're doing it with five. I guess play inside corner or even middle and have both of your corners counter if you know that three are coming. But at the same time, like that's a huge guessing game.
We ended up doing that. We had Robbie and Zach countering when they did it, and for the most part, it ended up in our favor. Shout outs to Robbie for being able to survive a lot of solos.
Yeah, your team was tough because I mean, there's certain times when I play teams where I'm like, hey, you know what? I feel very confident in getting the person across from me out on one throw, but I know that they're going to constantly make mistakes, and I'm leaving them in on purpose. Like I know that we can get a fifth ball from them. I know if we absolutely need a catch, like look for that person to make that throw. And against your team, I'm like, shit. Like, all right, Zach doesn't have a ball. I guess we'll throw at him. But then, all right, Robbie's in front of, or next to him. Jackson's next to them. Matt, you're next to them. Ben's next to them. I'm like, all right, well, I can get this shot at Zach, but I'm gonna get countered immediately, or I'm gonna get ran down. So it's kind of pick your poison when we played your team, honestly. All right, Jackson, you got anything else to add about Invictus?
Yeah, I do. That was definitely our game plan in the finals, but speaking on Invictus, I think another key part of their success was using their players correctly as the seasons were going. I think when they started having Allen be the third ball in the middle and just delete somebody on a three ball play, I think that's what really opens up everybody else to Invictus. I think just Allen's probably got what top three, two, one hardest throw in the gym, and he's just gonna and no one's gonna catch it. Like he's just gonna obliterate somebody. It doesn't matter how solid of a catcher they are, and that's just gonna put them down 6-5. And then if they get a fourth ball, that's gonna give them the liberty to throw three balls until the cows come home, you know? Like it was ridiculous. And I thought as much, and here comes Allen doing his strut walk. You
Oh,
know what
I wonder who's throwing.
I wonder who's throwing, and you're not going to do anything about it. And like it was ridiculous. And then I have to give props to also Remy. She does something that not everybody does, and if they do, they're not doing it as well as her. She is the best at like retrieving balls and keeping it on their side of the court. Like even I can't count how many times I thought a ball was rolling to us, only for her to skate on her knee pads like she's Nathan McKinnon on the ice, kick it to the sidelines for the Shaggers to get. And what are you gonna do? Throw it at her? She has like some of the best hands in the league. She'll punish you for it. So I think just having those two was like low-key unfair, but I mean it speaks. And also, obviously just I didn't even mention like John, Noah, and everybody to really fill out that team, and no wonder why they won three, you know?
Yeah. So I was happy with everyone that I had, but obviously I had the very first pick. We just talked about it that they had the second, and Matt, you had the third, correct?
Yep.
So I mean, I won't say who your first or second pick was, but the person that fell to you in the second round, I was like, no, bro, shit. That like that opens everything up for them.
You
I,
can say it. I'm gonna be talking about it later, so
okay, all right. Well, when Robbie fell to you guys, I was like, no, fuck. And then when Invictus got Allen, I was like, no, bro, like how did they not get drafted in the first round? And we're at the end of the second. And that just opened everything up, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be tough. Obviously, I was happy with my team, and I'm sure most teams would say that at the end of the day. But I was like, shit, that opens up so much stuff for them because if Invictus wasn't able to draft Allen with the second round pick, I wonder what would have happened with Jacob because Jacob filled his role very, very well, and he was an extremely early pick. But typically, you would probably expect a little bit more out of your second round or your second pick of your first round. Um, but yeah, I mean, they played phenomenal. They did everything well. They played strategic. They reminded me a lot of Charter last year. Like I saw a lot of my old teammates and them while they're playing extremely organized. If you fucked up, like Rennie is like on your ass about what you did and immediately. So I really respect that from her. All right, Morgan, got anything else to add?
Um, I think that everybody got that covered pretty good. The only thing I wanted to talk about a little bit more was when they would do those three ball plays, if they didn't get one or two, if we got no ball back, they would throw Jacob in the center with the one ball, and he did so good either surviving that or trading for the other team's best player. So that was like definitely something that they utilize. Like he put a lot of like the work in for that team that nobody wants to do because it kind of sucks to be that person. But that was great. And overall, this was a really, really tough team.
Yeah, that was a good point too with how he would play Rat a lot, which is tough, but he did a really good job of playing and doing like exactly what the team needed him to do. All right, Morgan, I feel like we kind of stole some of your thunder for the Invictus round. So why don't you start with Shake and Bake?
Um, this team, I feel like showed up, they knew what they were going to do, and they did it, and it worked. Like they had their team set up, everybody knew their role, everybody was ready to play that way, and they obviously they won the first tournament, but I think they were the first team to like figure their team out like internally. Um they were a pretty like corner heavy team, but they really utilized their middles. Like they kept the same corners and they had that as like the base of their team, and then they let their middles like go to work. So I liked to see Brian out there, and then um their girls are like such good catchers that it was like I don't want to throw at any of these people. So this was a scary team to go against. I also felt like they did a good job playing against the team that they were playing against. Like they would change what they were doing based on who they played against. And I think that you can attribute some of their success to that because they didn't have just a plan for themselves. Um, they had a plan for we're playing this team, we're going to do this. We're playing this team, we're going to do this. And so that was really cool to see.
Jackson?
On the note of the girls being really good catchers, do you remember that time Amanda caught you, Ryan, twice in
Yeah, which
playoffs?
time?
Remember that time it was in the playoffs last tournament or something like that?
Uh-huh.
Crazy. Crazy. I don't know. She paid me to say that. Not she didn't actually, but I think this Shake and Bake's the team that we played against the most, going on
They
the other side of the spectrum.
they might be.
It
Maybe.
might be.
I
They
I
have to
think
be
I
up
think
there.
you're right. I think they are.
So very familiar, and their game plan against us was very simple. Every time we throw, they would chase us down. And for the first couple of months, it that was really working for them. Like we just couldn't feel comfortable on the front line. We couldn't feel comfortable on our own offense, and Nikki just knew it and had everybody run us down, and it was working really well. Obviously, my cousin was on that team, Meredith, and she would talk to me about how good of a captain Nikki was, um, and like kind of making sure everyone's having a fun time, everyone is in their spot that they need to be. Like they're the team that had the most fun, I think, and I don't think it was close. Shout outs to Carlos for quote unquote spitting on everybody, um, with his yells, but. No, it was just he just piloted a good team, and I know he was injured for a couple tournaments too. So I wondered if he was fully healthy by the end, but it was just a fun team to watch play, and admittedly, it was a fun team to play against as well. But um, yeah, no, there was just really good team.
You
Yeah.
and
Not
Meredith are cousins?
Shut up,
What?
Matt.
what?
Go.
Um. Yeah. I mean, they were they were definite. You guys said pretty much everything. They were a really good team. They figured it out really quickly. I think Nikki did a really good job drafting the initial draft on what he wanted to fit his team because I think Brian and Carlos are both like really like solid middles. They're kind like Brian's kind of what I envision when I think of a middle player. and they both stepped up really well, and both the girls stepped up really well. I wish Tara could have made more, um, but Maren and Amanda really stepped up. My cousin plays on that team, and I yeah, they were good.
Yeah, shout out Shake and Bake. They finished first overall in the standings. And yeah, there was at least one, if not two tournaments where they only had six. So between between Amanda having one knee injury and Meredith having 1.5 MCLs, only having six, having to shag, like not having shaggers, playing every single game, like they did the best that they can do. And I mean, they literally won the whole thing. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
All right, that is it for recapping their team. I'm sorry, not their team, everyone's teams except for you guys. Let's move on to recapping your team. So, anyone can hop in here, but what's the story behind your team's name?
Come on, Jackson, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't even know what a Sirius is.
Morgan, you got it.
Okay, so Sirius is the name of the brightest star that we could see from Earth. Um, we didn't really talk about it as a team because we didn't have a team when we came up with the name.
That's fair.
I think that that was part of the problem. Had I known that this was going to be our team, it maybe would have been something that was a little bit more in line with what we usually do. I mean, we are usually a bunch of squids. Last year we were Soup Troop. We don't usually have a really intense name. We kind of go a little silly with it. Um but I liked our name. I thought we could make a cool jersey. I liked the meaning of it. And I just thought it would be something that everybody might like. So me and Matt had a list, and ultimately that was what we chose.
Really like the jerseys.
Hey, two things from that. Number one, what does Soup Troop mean?
Good question.
We
Good
like
question.
ramen. So me, Morgan, and our franchise players, Chris and Alexa, we hang out outside of dodgeball. We often just go get ramen. And I think we got ramen like a week before we like had to make teams. And we were like, fuck it, let's do that. And then our jersey had like a little squid with a ramen bowl on it. It might be my favorite jersey that we've
Oh,
made.
That's sick.
Yeah.
yeah, those are clean, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's Soup Troop.
I like that. Okay, and the second thing is when I heard Sirius, I instantly thought of Harry Potter, the Sirius Black character.
Ah.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So I was like, is that a Harry Potter reference?
No, she won't watch Harry Potter. She refuses.
Wait,
Yep.
really?
So yeah. So nothing to
All
do with
right,
Harry
cut that.
Potter.
Cut that.
Oh,
Cut that.
oh. Why do you
She's a
watch Harry Potter?
she likes Lord of the Rings too much.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
That's fair, that's fair. All right, next question, Matt and Morgan. What was your draft strategy?
Come on, Jackson, go ahead. No, draft strategy. We went through. We made so many lists. I love making lists, man. We went through every player available in the draft. We made a list of like who we think has like the best throw. We went through like a list of like high IQ players, catching. We tried to take everything into consideration. Ultimately, I knew that God, how can I say this without getting pity? I think that our franchise was one of the weaker franchises in semi-pro because me and Morgan are like not as good as a lot of the other franchises. Um, so I knew I needed to get like a player who can take corner from me because I need someone better, more reliable. So we were looking for corners. Um, and I knew that I wanted someone who is really good at countering and protecting their other corner. That was like my biggest thought process. Uh, First player that came to mind was Ben. We like decided on Ben pretty early. Um, Ben, someone that like. Our team isn't made up of people who play together. Like we had Connecticut, we had DC, we had City, and we had Long Island. And even on Long Island, like I had never really played with Ben prior to this, only in like pickup or like he's done like a league one time. Um, so I didn't know his game exactly, but I knew that I hate playing against him. And I think he's really, really smart and he's really, really tactical with his takes. So we took Ben. We had a list of people that we want after Ben. And our second pick, as we said earlier, was Robbie, who I had Robbie going way earlier. And I spoke to Robbie for months because Robbie's a very good friend of ours. I love Robbie. He's probably the only other player other than me and Morgan on our team who we've played with before this. Um, because we were like maybe the last team to put in a franchise. Um, so I knew I was looking at Robbie. I knew Robbie was very hurt. He had no idea when he was returning. No one else had any idea when he was returning. And I told Morgan, I was like, if he falls to us in the second round, then we have to take him. And he did. And I was like, I have to do it right now.
You were like, should I change my first round pick because we might get Robbie? Should we do this? Should we do this? I was like, no, we have to just pick our first pick. We have to get Ben. And then if we can get Robbie, we'll get Robbie too. And we're just gonna have a lot of corners on our team.
Yeah, that's very true. I when I found out like Robbie was like seriously hurt and might not know when he's gonna return, I thought a lot of people wouldn't take him. And I think Robbie and Ben are very similar players, and I thought they filled the same role. So I was like, should we try and like go for a middle as our first pick and then try and get Robbie in the second pick? But me and Morgan had already like decided like Ben is the fit for our team. Like he's exactly what we're looking for. So she was like, stick with your gut, go with it. And I was so nervous during the first draft, Jackson, that it was my turn to go, and I go, Brian Morator, and everyone's like, that's not even a person. I was like, Ben.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, bro, I was shook. Every time I made a pick, I would mute myself. And I'd go Morgan. I'd be like, was that the right thing? Did I say the right person? Bro, I was so anxious. But
because the
yeah.
last one you guys did in person.
Yeah, and I was nervous in that one too.
Yeah, I had to get FaceTimed in. And then this one, there was like, honestly, there's probably like 20, 25 people in this one. We're like, because people had their franchise players also in it. It was all through, I think, Zoom. So
yeah.
So high stakes.
That was the franchise thought process. And then Jackson, I've never played with. I didn't know Jackson before this, but I talked to Jackson one time in the Boston bathroom.
That's right.
Jackson was like, I'm making it to the finals, but I have to leave to go to like a concert or something.
Dude, that's when you left your team.
And I was like,
game.
I was like, this guy's fucking dipping right now. And then he left and someone else like said something in the bathroom and they were like, he's gonna leave when he just won the last one. He's about to go back to back. And I was like, back to back. But yeah, little did I know I was getting the best Connecticut dodgeball player. So
literally ever. Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
So I know you have the belt.
Oh God. No, I'm trying to get the medals.
Damn, bro.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were getting the belt. That would have been.
Wait, do you have the belt?
Do I have the belt? Come on, brother.
Oh, I think he lost it. Damn.
Morgan, do you know about this belt?
What belt? The belt is replacing me, guys.
Oh no.
No. Matt, you know about the belt, right? Oh, he didn't have his head. Matt, you know about this belt, right? The powers it gives?
No, what's the power?
Bro, it's you want to go, Jackson?
Fun fact, you reminded me of like you were saying this like joke in this bit. After you told it to me, I texted Morgan. I was like, "Hey, watch out." You heard?
That's a pregnancy belt. That's a pregnancy belt. My wife and I were trying for like 2 years for a child, and then that belt was in our house because we want like not some cocky belt. We won it a lot last year, and it was in the house for 1 month, and I kept on giving it to other people. And the 1 month it was in my house, that's when we found out Hannah was pregnant.
Morgan about get me pregnant?
Yeah, dude. Watch out.
Careful.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Jackson texted me and I was like, that's not funny.
Oh, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah, last year every time someone be like, "Ooh, Sierra's taking the belt home. Ooh, Tree's taking the belt home."
Yeah.
All right, next question. I know you guys are on a little bit of a time restraint, so we got 20 minutes left. Next question: what's the biggest improvements your team made this season?
Jackson, do you have anything for this one? I have an answer, but
I'll let
I
you
talked to
go
him.
because I need to think.
Shagging. Shagging. Oh my God. We were not a good shagging team. And then we had a film study and like we all kind of saw it and discussed it. And people who were not shagging prior to this like really stepped up and it made a huge difference. I think after we had the conversation, we made first seed, first seed, and then the finals in our last three tournaments, right? And like we knew that we needed to shag because we were missing people. Like it was just six of us. We had nobody. Uh so that was a game changer for us.
Shagging at that gym and getting the opportunity to throw a second or a third or even a fourth ball is literally the Chico to win in that venue.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah, I think that we definitely needed to do better shagging, and then we did. Another thing that we had talked about and then improved on was the rush plays, like the pitchbacks. When we were originally doing that, whoever was taking that shot was getting killed. And I think that we had better survivability after we tried to like double pitch or whatever we were doing there.
You have
I'll
anything to
Yeah.
add, Jackson?
I was about to say I'll piggyback off of that. I think one thing we specifically did is like someone was grabbing two balls to pitch to the middle and the far corner that wasn't running specifically so that they could get activated a lot quicker so they could protect the middle. Because
Yes.
we saw in the films that we weren't quite doing that, and our middle was getting lit up with no potential for backup to come in. So I think it was like the last two tournaments we put a pretty big emphasis on whoever's pitching, just make sure that the throw to the other corner is a pretty good throw. So I think that was pretty helpful. And just on a personal note, just like I was dodging a lot better. I remember anyone got me out if they throw in my general vicinity at first. But then I felt like I got a lot better movement as like a personal um, note.
Okay. All right. Next question. What was some of your team's strengths and what were some weaknesses?
Uh Team strengths was IQ. This may have been the smartest team that I've ever played with. Um I've a lot of people have given me flowers on this podcast for like my shot calling and like my decision making. And this team was probably the least amount of shot calling and decision making I've ever made. I did still like shot call a lot. I still made like decisions, but Zach shot called an insane amount. Jess, Kira, Jackson,
Ben.
um, Ben. Yeah. So every like on some teams it's concerning like I feel like if I get out I have like I'm pushing that burden onto like another person who like doesn't want to do it and I feel like that's uh an issue that happens like this team I was like so open to giving everyone the freedom to do what they want and that's the other thing is I didn't have to be on top of everyone as much um because like there was less bad decisions being made. There was less like in the moment, like, oh, I took that take because like it looked like a good take. Like I feel like people took into consideration more of like the outcome of the take. Shout out Ben because Ben would be someone who like made a mistake and before anyone said anything, which actually no one ever said anything on this team. We didn't have a single bad like a bad vibe moment, I don't think. But Ben would be like, that was a bad take. I apologize. Like, my fault, my fault. And like everyone on the team would be like, dude, you're good. Play your game. Like we have to survive one extra ball this go. Make it work.
For me, I'm sorry, well, I'm jumping real quick. For me, just one thing when I'm drafting and there's like, I wouldn't say a tie, but I'm like, all right, I value this player a little bit higher than the other one talent wise, but I value this other player's shot calling more. I will always draft the shot calling player over the talented player. And I think for you guys, like one through six, anyone can make a call.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing for our strengths was I think that we had a really high IQ team. Like everybody could be trusted to make those decisions for themselves, and that was like so cool and so helpful that we were all just mentally like locked into the same game, and that we could all play with other people who were doing that. And then you took my other one too, which was our team vibe, which I loved. We never had any issues. We never had any problems. Everybody was open to criticism. What can we do better? And nobody was ever rude or mean or upset about anything. So,
Jackson?
Okay, guys, I'll triple down on the vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
I will say very specifically in the last tournament, I thought there was a lot of times I was getting out a little easier than I would like to say, or maybe like sometimes during a set I didn't get a hit that then I would normally feel like I would get a hit. And I would say this out loud, and I'm gonna give a special shout out to Jessie, who literally came over to me and was like, dude, she didn't say this verbatim, but she was like, dude, relax. You're gonna get the next hit. You're gonna dodge the next ball. I need you in this game. Buck up and let's go. She didn't say it exactly like that, but it was like just the biggest confidence booster of all time. And like after that, I felt like I played like a lot better in the playoffs. So like she would definitely help keep my vibe going because it was definitely taking a nosedive at some point. But everybody was really fun to hang out with. I mean, Robbie's just like one of the funniest guys ever. Matt's a goofball himself.
The big goofer.
The big goofer that some would call. But it was just like a lot of fun, and I meant it like, can we just play again as a team one more time,
I know, right?
guys, please? Other strengths, obviously we're all strong throwers, and we have a lot of momentum swingers too. Like Jesse with clutch catches or clutch throws in 1v1 situations, Robbie with clutch situations, and Ben had like 71 VXs throughout the season.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
he's ridiculous. That's Big Ben, dude.
Shout out Big Ben. Knicks fan too.
Knicks fan too. He's, he could have taste.
All right, next question. Let's kind of lightning round through this. All right. Superlatives for your team. Most likely to close out a 1v6.
Ben.
I'm going
Yeah,
Big
I've
Ben.
been through this. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Biggest hype man / woman.
Jackson or Jesse.
Yeah,
Jesse.
I have Matt as honorable mention also because he's always screaming.
All right. Next one. Most likely to sacrifice their body for a catch.
Jesse or Kara.
Ben too.
Ben too. Ben too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I
Oh,
would
yeah.
gun to my head, one answer, Jesse.
Jesse, yeah. That was my number one too.
There was like 3 really good options there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Team Clown.
Jackson.
I have
I have to.
Robbie
and
as well.
Matt.
Robbie on
Oh.
accident.
All right, and the last one. Most likely to play quarterback in the NFL.
Ooh,
Jesus Christ. They
Robbie
don't-
or Zach.
They don't understand the
Jackson.
joke, Ryan.
Jackson, Lamar Jackson is really good, but I'm going Robbie or Zach. Sorry.
Sorry,
No, I
Jackson,
get
you
it.
didn't make the cut.
Dude, Lamar Jackson didn't make the cut. That's crazy.
Maybe next time we flip your name, you'll make it.
Yeah.
Mm. just draft Lamar Jackson by accident.
That's what I thought I was getting, and then you showed up, and I was like, shit, they look so similar.
Yeah, he literally said Brian Muir, and then he said Lamar Jackson, and he said,
Yeah.
"Whoops, I meant Jackson Lamar."
That might be a joke, or that might be true. We don't know.
All right, and my last question before we get into questions from the people: what were some changes in semi-pro that you liked / didn't like from last season to this season?
I really liked D League. I'm glad we did it. I did it every time. It was really fun. This is where I wanted to shout out Big Al. I love Big Al. She did so good. If she is standing at the back line, do not throw at her. Um, it was really fun. I liked that it wasn't as serious, and I liked that they also went from 4 to 5 balls because the 4 ball thing was killing me. I was like, I can't play like this. And then we finally switched over to 5 balls, and I was like, I could do it now. We could do it. There's a little bit of strategy involved. It's not just throw ball. Um, Other changes in semi-pro that I liked were that they moved away from the ELO system. It's more in line with how like USA Dodgeball does it. It's a little bit better like this.
I can agree with all that. Matt's.
I have nothing. She said everything I could think of.
All right, and Jackson.
I wasn't there last year.
All right, so okay, so for you, what were some things that you liked this year, and what are some things that you want to see changed next season?
I would like to see them move venues. I am not the biggest fan of wall ball. I know they can only do so much, so that's a pretty, big ass change, but um and I know I'm not alone in that opinion as well. But I did like my favorite part about semi-pro as a whole is the feel that it was always going to be like a big tournament. It's not every week like a regular league night for everybody. It was like it was a month. Like that one day, that one weekend, a month, you have to play with these guys again and try to win the championship. And if you don't, you have to sit with that for an entire month and you stew on that. And I know I just it made itself feel bigger than what it actually was. And I think that's what was some of the magic for me was. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm banking on that it did make sense.
It was good. It was
It
good.
made sense. I agree.
Thank you.
I'm ready to jump through a wall.
Let's go.
All right, we got a bunch of questions from the people. Matt, I did see your message, so what I will do is I will ask you and Morgan the questions. Jackson, they will hop off when they need to hop off, and then I'll ask you the questions. Does that work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
sounds
it.
good.
All right. First question, we got a question from Nikki from Morgan. What players do you try and emulate / take stuff from? Oh my gosh. What players do you try to emulate / take stuff from to better your game? Also, one of the most improved players out of Long Island, in my opinion, from stepping up and playing corner, being involved, and taking counter shots out of valuable players. Love to see it.
That was really nice. I really appreciate that. Playing with Nikki this season, and it's always really fun. He's great to play with. He's smart, and I do learn a lot from him. I don't like have any specific person that I try to be more like, but I will find things like aspect of my game that I want to improve, and then I'll look at people who are good at that, and I'll be like, what do they do? And if it's too far above me, I'm like, let me find somebody else because I can't do that, but let me try something else. um I mean, I learned a lot from Jessie, like playing with her. I've been trying to work on catching, and she's just so good at that. And um watching a lot of film helps because there's people I don't know, and I'm like, okay, they do that. So it's the answer is that I learn a lot from everybody, and I try and take pieces and fit it to me.
All right, next question. Question again from Nikki from Matt. My handsome Matthew, easily one of the most loved captains on Long Island. I think you meant to say in Long Island, not on. How do you maintain composure and uplift your team so well, regardless of that situation? Is that from captaining in previous sports slash competitions, or just how you carry yourself as an individual player?
Great question. Thanks,
Great,
Ski.
great question.
Uh, I have captained a lot of teams throughout my life, so I'm sure that plays a part. I personally just think like I really don't like making people feel bad. Uh, so I think when I captain, I try really hard to like make sure that people don't feel like they're being attacked when I like try and coach them. Um, so I think that's part of it is just not wanting to hurt people's feelings, but also you've seen the people on Bunch of Squids. So it you gotta do a lot to captain them in their antics. So a lot of practice.
Shout out my boy Nate.
My boy Nate, Christian is gonna love that.
He's gonna have to watch. He's gonna have to watch this for an hour and 44 minutes to get to this point. All right, question from Biggie for Matt. What's the best part of JBBQ? Love you, big dog.
Best part of JBBQ is having it with you, Biggie. We're gonna go soon again. Let's fucking do it. I love that place.
Hell yeah, me too.
Have you been there?
Nope.
Yeah. I'll take you too, Ryan.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna skip the next two questions. We will go into the question from Al. Question from Al for Matt / Morgan. I know you both want. I'm sorry, man. My reading level is terrible.
I'm glad I don't have to read anything.
I think what I need to do is I just need to like double spaces. But all right. Anyways, I know you both watch a ton of film. What would you say has been the biggest improvements in your game that you can attribute to film? Do you find it more helpful to watch your own games or that of other players / opponents? Love you guys and love learning from you both.
Yeah.
I really like to watch our own games. I like to see like my team whenever we did stuff good and it happened in the moment. I like to rewatch it back and celebrate again. um I like that we record all of our games, so then I think that I get the most out of what I'm doing. Like I can say, "Oh, that was good." Like I can play like that. Or on the worst side, I go, "Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that and here's the reason why." And I can look back and be like, "Maybe next time I'll try not to do that." So I think that it helps me a lot to watch myself play. Um and then in general, I do think it's good to watch other teams play to help see different perspectives or to learn about the competition. Like, you could see how somebody plays if you know you're going to play against them, see what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are, stuff like that. But I enjoy the most watching our teams play. I mean, we play with Al this season. We go back and watch the games like either the night after or right after and send her videos, all her catches and stuff, because we're there like clapping. Like, so that's really fun.
Al had a fuck ton this weekend.
Yeah, she has catches every day. In our league, she's leading our team in catches.
She catches literally and not dodgeball, like just randomly.
Yeah, she's a monster.
Yeah.
I think I learn more from watching our own games. I think I fall into a trap of when I watch like other games, like higher skilled games. Uh, I understand why they make the calls that they make, and like, but I fall into the trap of thinking that I can do that, and then it's bad for my game. I think one of the things that I like thrive in is knowing the expectations and the limits of the people I play with. So like I'm not gonna tell, Morgan the same call that I would tell Ryan to make. and when I watch games of like the highest skill level, like they're making calls that I would never be able to make with the teams that I play on. So it doesn't help me as much.
That's a very good point. So I'll add something real quick to that. In Seattle, Shota had an insane like jump out of bounds, grab it with one hand, like before he touches
Yeah.
the ground. And I saw that, and it happened right in front of me. And like 45 minutes in the championship, my dumbass tries the same thing, and I line out, and I'm like, dude, you're not Shota. Like, no
Yeah.
shit, dude. Like, don't do that. That's not what you bring to the table.
Yeah,
All
know your
right.
limits.
Can we get through two more questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Next question from Claire from Morgan. Morgan, you've grown immensely as a player in the past few years. Who are some players you've taken inspiration from for your play style?
Thank you. I do think that this was really similar to Nikki's question. Like I said, I've learned a lot from Matt specifically. Like we talk a lot about dodgeball, which helps with like the mental game. And then just everyone that we play with, Robbie has taught me a lot of things. And he's really good with, I know like you're not going to throw the ball like how I'm going to throw the ball, but you need to do this more. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Thank you. So like there's just been so many people who have helped me, which I appreciate. And then, like I said, watching everybody that we play with, like little things that, Allison does, little things that, Brenda does, all of these people are, like so skilled and so talented, and I try and take those little details and if I can apply them to myself so that hopefully I can be better.
All right. And last question for Matt. This one, yes, was from Claire. Matt, what are some of the biggest things you've learned as a semi-pro captain this year? What lessons are you hoping to carry from this season into other leagues and teams?
Uh, Unfortunately, I don't think I learned as much this year as I have like in like previous years. As it's my second time being a captain. Um, I learned that I want to broaden who I play with. Um, Last year it was pretty much all Long Island, and then we eventually got a lot of Boston people. I think playing with new people is really fun. That was kind of enforced more this year with how spread out my team was. So that's what I would take forward.
Okay, that is a good point. Okay, yeah, that's it for questions for you guys. Do we have any closing thoughts slash shout outs?
I do. I want to say that this is one of the most fun teams I've played on. This was, like we talked about, the vibe was so good. Um, it's going to be one that I remember. It's going to be one that I compare other teams to that I'm on in the future. Like, oh, I couldn't have been more like that. Um, I'm glad that we finally got the win. I think everybody on this team deserved it. They did so much. They worked hard and they played well. They're also talented. I'm really excited for next year. Hopefully, I can get a team that's as good as this one. And then I just want to shout out like the whole team, everybody who we played with on Sirius, and I want to shout out also all of the captains. I think that they don't get enough recognition for all the things that they do. I also hold on, I have a list. I want oh, I want to shout out everybody that we played with in D League. We had so much fun in D League. We played with different people. Ryan, we played with you.
Hell yeah.
It was so fun. And um Brett is a really important shout out for me. He came in every single tournament. He was like, they barely gave me anything. This is what I'm doing. And he just showed up and he did the best that he could and he ran it really well, I think, every single time. That's a hard job, especially when you're not like getting the benefits of playing dodgeball and you're probably just sitting around getting hit by a stray ball here and there. So shout out to Brett. And then shout out to Spiked Arnold Palmer for always being better than the Twisted Teas.
Yeah, on my face.
Oh my God. Bro, Step Bro came back just for that.
That
That's
was crazy. That was
crazy.
crazy.
That's the craziest thing anyone's ever said on this podcast.
That's war right there.
Oh
Don't
my
cut that.
God.
Don't cut that.
I like spiked Arnold Palmer too, and I like the spiked. Was it Arnie's, like the lemonades? They're fire, but Twisted Tea has my heart.
It's okay to have the wrong opinion, but
Twisted Tea 3-1. I'm just saying, put that in the draft.
I'm not going to lie, I do like Arnold Palmer's a lot.
Oh my God.
Jackson, I'll cut you from the team. There's still time, bro.
You won't do
Take
that.
that shit
Buddy, no
back.
balls.
You won't.
No balls.
All right, Matt, got any closing thoughts or shout outs?
No, she pretty much covered it. Again, shout out to Brett. Thank you for running as much as you did. Every tournament he showed up with less and less information on what's happening. And
No speakers,
yeah,
no
he managed
schedule
to
until
pull
20
it
minutes
out.
beforehand.
Yeah, there were like 3 tournaments where Morgan and Brett were right in the schedules as the tournament started. Um, and there were 3 other times where the schedule was just wrong and we didn't find out until halfway through the tournament. So it was not an easy job, and he did it really, really well. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, all the captains. It's a really hard job. I appreciate all that. And thank you, everyone who like made it easier on Sal.
Shout out Sal, shout out John Carlos, shout out Brett, shout out, I'm sorry, not Morgan, Megan, because
Yeah, she ran one.
yeah, because she ran
did
one.
the one. She
But
did the
also
one.
shout out Morgan, even though she dogged me on known podcast. All right, and where can you guys be found on social media?
Look me up on Instagram, Matt's World 242 maybe. Look me up. That's pretty much it. We have a YouTube. We haven't posted on it in a year. It's a bunch of squids. Maybe eventually we'll come back to that. If you want to watch some really old games of some really bad dodgeball, you can find it there. So, thank you, everyone. Momo.
Yeah, I'm just on Facebook. Or you can find me on Venmo. That's fine too.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
good one.
But yeah, I'm just on Facebook.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, guys, I took up a little bit too much of your time. I really appreciate it.
You're all good. Thank you for
It
having
was
us.
awesome.
Anytime.
Apologies to New York Dodgeball for missing your questions. They were really, really, really good questions. So I'm sorry that I can't answer them. But we will see you guys.
All right, thank you again.
Later, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
1, 2, 3, LeBron.
LeBron.
We're back. Okay. Jackson, first question from Nikki. Appreciate you taking the time away from the Baltimore Ravens for a night on one of the greatest podcasts to touch this platform. But in my eyes, you and Jeans are most improved male identifying players out of Connecticut. What are some of your flaws that you need to work on, and what do you need to fix / correct those mistakes, or what do you need to do that you make these mistakes, finding yourself making repeatedly? Love you guys. Great season.
Well, yeah, my agent told me that this would be a nice little gig, so yeah, I had to take time away from the Baltimore Ravens. You understand. No,
Great
look,
win this Sunday, by the way.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. Niggy, thanks for the kind words, buddy. Things that I need to improve on. I mean, there's a million things anyone could improve on. Then I have 1,000,003 million things. That doesn't make sense, but I think number one for me that I'm working on in like this off season type area is getting my endurance up. There's a lot of tournaments where in the late stages I just kind of lose a lot of energy, go completely gassed. And I think my accuracy struggles a lot and my dodging struggles a lot with it. So Right now, I'm like going on a couple more runs, going on like the bikes at the gym a little bit more so than actually like like the free weights or any of the other machines. So I'm like hard hitting cardio as much as I can. Trying to drink a lot more water, not always the best in terms of dieting, but that's definitely like something I want to improve on for the next USA and the next semi-pro cycle is working on my endurance so I could stay in the tournament longer. Besides that, in terms of like actual core skills, got dodge better. So working on that as well.
All right, next question from Big Al for Jackson. How much does traveling help improve your game compared to your regular rec league? What are some goals you have in the sport? Hope to play with you again soon. I had a great time at Nationals.
I fucking love Big Al. She's so nice.
Shout out Big
Hey,
Al.
shout out Big Al. Um, my rec league is nice, and I definitely do get like my fill on a weekly basis for dodgeball. But in terms of traveling to tournaments for that long stretch of time this summer, like I think that improved like my IQ, my stamina again because it's like all day tournaments as opposed to like an hour if you're lucky at a rec league night. Like that definitely improves, but also like knowing like the competition level just exponentially gets higher as the more you travel. I think it just sharpens everything. Someone said iron sharpens irons, and the only way you're going to get better is by going to more of these tournaments. So, I mean, it's a bit of a cop-out answer to say, yes, everything gets better. But I would say to give like a concrete answer, my IQ, I think, got a lot better traveling than just on a regular Wednesday.
All right, next question from Claire. What's your favorite D League team you've played on this season?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be the one that I won with, right? It was the nutmeg. It was a Connecticut crew. It was with me, Mare, Ben, Jeans, and Dave Roy. I think it was like the second one. Yeah, it was the second one. And we ended up winning it, which obviously that sweetens the deal a little bit, but it was just nice to like travel with Mare and like talk to everybody else the week before, like, hey, we're gonna do this during D League, and then to actually do it, that was pretty fun. And I like playing with them, but I didn't have a D League team that I hate playing with, so I loved everybody.
So that's a fair point. And I actually just found out on the pod today that you guys are cousins.
Shut the fuck up. Next question.
One other thing though, when you guys won, because I was in that gym, I remember shagging for you guys, and it was like I think like a 1-on-4, and it was jeans, and I'm like, hey, like I'm behind him. I'm like, you got to put it on people. There's like 20 seconds left. If you don't, if you don't feel like you're gonna win this game, you gotta step off the court with like 2 seconds left. And he's like, okay, okay, okay. And he's at the front line, and you guys are like, get off the court, get off the court, get off the court. And I'm like, next to him, bro, get off the court, get off the court. You need to get off the court. You guys have to get off the court. And then he jumped off the court with like 0.1 seconds left. And then you guys won the next two rounds. And then you guys won.
I think he did like a long jump, like a legitimate long jump just to get out of bounds. That was crazy.
It was insane. I'm like, oh my God, bro's gonna jump like out of bounds with no time left and like lose the game on purpose by stepping out of bounds.
I remember that. I remember that. I was like, we were like, dude, what were you thinking? We told you had to step out at a certain time. He was like, I blacked out.
Yeah, I was like literally right next to him in his ear, like, hey, like, gotta be on people, blah blah blah. Like, be ready to get off this court.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because we were down big to start the finals there. So that was part of the comeback. So
yeah.
yeah.
All right. We have one question from Jackson
Oh,
Lamar.
okay.
He asks numbers.
3.
I will go 33.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. Oh, sharing's not
Have you ever
allowed.
gotten this?
No, have you?
Yes. Not
Yeah.
on this pod though.
Not on this spot, on another pod that you don't know about. Hey, I don't have sharing ability. I was gonna
Oh,
spend
okay.
the.
Hold on. I got this.
Okay.
Give me a number between 1 and 100.
That would be 96.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
damn.
Should we do it again?
Yeah, well, let's do one more.
One
Let's.
more.
All right.
Give me a number between 1 and 100. Actually, nope. Sorry. Do you want to change your number?
Let's change numbers. I'll go 29.
I'll go 54.
Ooh, okay.
All right, ready? What's your number?
29.
Give me a number between 1 and 100.
That would be 88.
Oh,
Oh,
never,
damn.
never gonna get this.
Never gonna get it. Not a lot of people are gonna understand that, but
Not at all, but we had fun.
all right. We got two really good questions from New York Dodgeball.
Hmm.
These are some difficult questions though. So Jackson, you have access to the notes. We'll go through the first one, highlighted in blue. New York Dodgeball asks, who would you select for an all semi-pro team? He
Hmm.
asks for a first and a second. Let's just do a first because I
Okay.
feel like the second would be tough.
Yeah, I was gonna have trouble doing a second, I'm not gonna lie. So glad you did that.
So let's
S-
do 4 males and 2 females.
Okay. So I
Let,
think
let's 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 do this draft style. You go first and then I'll go.
okay.
I think that'd be easier, right?
That'll be easier. Um, I'm do I take my girl first? Low key, I'm thinking about it. Like, no one did what Rennie did. So, like, she literally fills a role on a team that no one else could fill as good as her. So that's my pick.
Great value at number 101. That was gonna be my pick.
Yeah, it was.
All right. I will go with Dylan Cruz. He's newer to the dodgeball scene. I think this was probably his first season playing.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid. He has a lot of potential.
Yeah, and he was on which team was it again? Oh, Sauce. Yeah.
Sauce.
Sauce. Sorry.
Okay.
First time meeting him.
All right. You go next.
Oh, no snake style. Okay. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Nikki, honestly. I'm gonna kind of the similar role as Rennie, but I think he brings a lot of good energy. I think he brings good captainship as well. Um, really hard to hit, obviously, he gets really small. So, and his throws like really is really decently there. So I think I'm gonna go with him. I was debating between him and another person, so I'm really hoping you don't snipe me here. That would be pretty nice.
I will go with Quan.
Yep, okay, you sniped me.
I've known Quan for a long time. We used to play against each other at Sky Zone back in the day, along with Dylan. Um, I don't say this about a lot of people. It's very tough for me to pick up Quan's throws because he throws extremely hard. And he's one of those players that when he throws at me, I am like, shit, I really hope that this ball isn't on me and I really need to be active pre-dodging and just pray it's not on me. Because I feel like I can block it, but I feel like I'm gonna finger block it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, he commands a lot of fear when he's on the court. So that's like a good like corner for
yeah.
like the all pro team.
All right, your next pick.
Will this be my last?
No, we got one more after this. Right?
Oh, well,
Oh wait.
yours. Okay. It'll
No,
be
no, no.
my last pick. It'll be
Yeah.
then you would be next. Okay.
Yep.
So we do need another girl. I'll let you pick the second girl. Hmm. I'm stuck between two again, honestly. Uh, uh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Noah. I think that's he also has like a very commanding presence. I think his dodging is very underrated. As someone who has thrown at him a lot, he just like is really mobile and has like one of the best arms in the gym. So, oh, I kind of feel bad though. There's so many people I left off.
The tough list.
It's a tough list.
All right. Last pick for this. Need a female. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good options. There's a lot of good options here. So, I kind of want to be biased and obviously say one of the girls on my team, but I won't be biased and say one of the girls on my team. I will say Jessie Nakano.
I thought you were gonna say cheese.
No, that was my first pick.
Nah, Jesse is a fantastic pick.
Yep. All right, and the last question.
Good team.
Yeah, I think it's a good team overall. All right, and last question again from New York Dodgeball. Redraft the first round of the initial draft. So Jackson, I think this is going to be a little tough for you to answer.
It wasn't part of the draft. Well, I was drafted,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I'll go with cheese first,
I can
and then
Oh yeah,
apple
duh.
pie second. Oh, go on. Yeah,
No, those are good picks.
yeah. Well, thank you,
Uh,
thank you. I was really nervous about my turkey pick at the last round there.
All right. I don't think you're gonna be able to answer this because you weren't in the draft, so I will go ahead and answer it.
Yeah.
I am not gonna say who was picked where. If you have watched this podcast for the last few months, you could probably figure out who was picked where. But it's funny, Matt was talking about his draft strategy, and him and I actually shared our list after, like, literally right after the draft, and we had some similar names in certain spots and others that weren't. I will go in no particular order. I will go Jeans. I'll go Robbie. So there needs to be 8 here. I'll go Robbie.
Okay.
I will go Jacob. I will go you. I will go Kyle Robinson. That's 6, right?
That's
Bro mentally checked out.
5. 5.
Oh, it's 5? Okay. Did I say Allen already? I don't think I did.
You did not.
Okay, I'll go Allen. That's my
So, Alan.
6. 7.
Yes.
I will go Tenny. And man, 8 is tough. You got Carlos, you have Nate, you have Kevin Kimmick here, you got Ben Murator, you got Ben Stolfi, you got Chris Brand, you got Angel.
That actually really is criminal. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'll go with Ben Stolfi.
That's criminal.
I'll go with Ben Stolfi. And before Matt got off, he
Okay.
actually sent me his.
That's so hard to pick.
Yeah. Before Matt got off, he sent me his draft. I don't know if this is in a particular order. If it is, I will just kind of mix the names around. That way people's feelings don't get hurt. I will go Ben Murator. I will go Brian Fields. Fuck, that was a good one too. Chris Brand.
That's a good one.
Jacob, Robbie, Tenny, Jeans, and Kyle Robinson.
That's a good day too. I mean, I think it's similar to yours, but
And the last part of that question
Okay.
was who would be the biggest risers? So that's something that I feel like you could answer. So someone that wasn't on the initial draft.
Okay. So like someone that was picked up in a supplemental
No, so someone who was in
kind
the
of thing,
draft, but
or
it wasn't like an original franchise. So
oh, okay. Okay,
for
I can answer
example,
that. I can answer that actually.
okay.
Uh, I think I mean I'm biased, but one of the bigger ones is Angel. I don't know where he was drafted initially, but I think he bounced around a couple of teams and added value to every single team, honestly. And I think next year people are going to remember him. And I think next year he's going to get scooped up in a really good value spot and definitely higher. Like I have n- no qualms about that. Like no issues with saying that. He's gotten a lot better as well. Um, who else? Off the top of my head, this is tough. Ryan, anybody?
All right, so I will give you what Matt gave me. He said Tenny, and
Sure.
actually, you.
Oh, wow.
So,
Dude, my captain's got confidence in me. I love that.
so for me, I would also say Angel. I would also say you, just because I know you guys were drafted in the later rounds, and
Thanks, buddy.
you're welcome. Um, I will go. Huh. This is tough. I'm gonna go Nate. I don't care if this is biased or not, but I know where he was drafted, and I can't believe he fell to me. And obviously, I had the very first pick. Then I had the last pick of the second round and the first pick of the third round. So I couldn't believe he fell to me where he did.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. No,
Hell
Nate's
yeah,
a really good pick.
really
Uh-oh,
good
my
pick.
internet's unstable.
It's all right. Yeah, you've been cutting out a little bit.
Yikes.
No, it's all right. All right, Jackson, that is it. This has been a longer pod. It's been a little different. I gotta make some edits, but that's okay. Do we have any closing thoughts slash shout outs?
Closing thoughts. Hopefully this comes out cleanly, but I had a lot of fun at Semi-Pro. I can't wait to do it again next year. Uh, shout out Matt. I was lucky to play with Squid and Kraken during the nationals, so it wasn't just a one and done playing with them. So really happy to play with them then, and hopefully play with them in the future. That'll be cool. Shout out to everyone that I met through Semi-Pro. Shout out to everyone who drove me, Amanda and Nate. Thank you guys. You guys drove me almost every time. Ryan, you drove me once. Thank you guys for the rides. Shout out Red Sox, shout out Avalanche, Trailblazers, and Bucks. Yes, that's my teams. Yes, it's mixed up. Don't just roll with it. Um, Shout out Bromance. And you could find me on Instagram as Jackson underscore Lamar. Lamar has three M's in it. No particular reason, just cause. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Anytime. My shout outs. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Shout out Twisted T. Shout out my wife. Shout out my son. Um, hmm. What else do I want to shout out? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be it for today. Those are my shout outs. I will say shout out to Kim and his podcast, The Rushdown. It is 100 times better than this. Go follow it on Spotify. They're on podcast. They're on YouTube as well. He has had some very, very good, not to say that his episodes aren't always good, but he's had some really good ones lately. A little different. Like he's had Dustin Harwood on. He's having him on tonight, or I'm sorry, he's having him on tomorrow. And the Thursday episode is going to be really good. There's going to be some surprises on that. And then he had Mitch on to talk about streaming. And as someone who has been trying to stream more, it's very interesting to me and it's a very good listen. But
Hell yeah.
that is it. Jackson, where can people find you on Feet Finder?
Oh, It's you could or I'll spell that for you. It's RYANMC capital COMB. 29 Jalen Brunson lover. All
That's
one
easy
name.
enough. Is it 29 or 30?
30. I just said
Okay.
29 because that's my number, but
I was like, bro, I'm not 29 anymore.
oh, good point, good point. I didn't even think about that to be honest. Yeah, damn, you're old. Nah, just kidding.
I'm getting there. I'm unk. All right, Jackson,
For
that
sure.
is it. Thank you for hopping on the pod.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me, bud.
Anytime. Peace.
Peace.